The reason why I picked this Black Widow is because after I saw how she looked with the vest off and the holsters that she had, I was really liking how she looked, and I really wanted her to have the guns in her thighs like the movies, you know, Tomb Raider style. So what we're gonna do today, we're gonna do a nice little mod. You need some things, of course. You need you a soldering iron, small scissors, they can snip if need be. Some other parts, some other Marvel Legends characters. As mentioned before, you need Everett Ross's handguns. She has small hands, and I'm gonna run with these handguns from Everett Ross. You need 2 of those, and you need you a Marvel Legends Scarlet Spider. As you can tell, I already slid the bracelets on. I didn't like the bracelets that she has underneath, which are really small enough to put these bracelets on top of. Naturally, I would like to think that her bracelets are very distinct on her arms. So I like the way these came out and how they look. I like the gap because, you know, in some cases she has guns and all kinds of devices that shoot out of these bracelets. So I wanted those bracelets to be a little bit bigger. I did not glue these down. These are just tight. They won't move unless you pull them off. They're not loose at all. So that's the first mod I just threw on. Took the jacket off, threw the bracelets on. Next thing we're gonna get into is this section down here. As you notice, the belt is attached to these plastic straps that go into the holster. The holster is glued to the leg. She has a thigh swivel, but it's hindered by the strap that goes to the belt. Belt's loose on the body, so, you know, and over time, I think if you're doing a lot of poses and things with this person, you know, stop motion animations, these little plastic straps are going to give out one day and eventually just snap. So I'm not going to wait for it to snap. And as you can tell, if I have her doing something crazy like the splits, the belt just kind of like just hovers up in the air. Not a good look in my opinion. I don't like that. So we're going to fix that. We're also going to fix these holsters. As you can see, there is no hole in the bottom. Now you're seeing where the solder iron comes from. And we're going to make sure those guns fit. And we're going to go from there. First thing we're going to do, we're going to solder these holsters, or basically burn a hole. Because the pistol is very small and you only have 2 holsters, I can always get new guns. What you want to do is when you're making a hole in something, you want to start small. These guns, these Everett Ross handguns, as you can see, they fall out in place. They don't stay in place. They just fall right out. I believe the trigger guard can slide in the holster if there was a hole in the bottom of it. So we're gonna do a small little hole. I'm gonna do a couple of tests here before we get to that belt. Let's do the holsters. Be careful with the side iron not to burn yourself, and also don't overdo your burn holes. I burn a lot of holes with solder irons. Don't overdo it. It is plastic. It will melt very fast. So we'll try to do this on camera. Do the front side where the barrel is. Quick little hole, small, as intended. So we're gonna do some more. Bear with me, y'all. I'm not using the camera to burn these holes. Y'all see that? All right. Still no play. So I'm going to make a hole a little bit bigger. A little bit bigger. It's not going to go through, y'all. As you can see, that trigger guard is going to be a problem. Now, the hole's already big enough for the barrel. That's a no-brainer. But the holster is too small for the gun and the trigger guard. Also, it looks funny in her hands when she's holding the gun anyway, because she just holds the handle of the gun and her fingers don't necessarily go into the trigger guard. So this is where the snippers is going to come from. We're going to snip these. We're going to snip the trigger guard off. I managed to keep the trigger. Not intentionally. I'm gonna get him out of there as well. All right. Now this gun is defective. Now we're gonna see with the small hole, we're gonna see how this fits in here now. I'm actually gonna use the camera on this one. This should go in like a glove. Ooh, ooh, did I bust it? Ooh, look at that. Look at that, y'all. What you think? It ain't loose. It ain't loose. Tell me what you think. I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side. Not falling. Boom. As close as I can, below that thigh swivel. So now she got her thigh swivel back. Now I'm gonna go up here and get this excess off. All right, same thing to the other side. We have a special guest. Special guest is super glue. I'm going to super glue this belt. Now I can take this belt off, or I can keep it on. What do y'all suggest? I think the belt really makes her butt look that much better because it's sexy. It's just hanging on her. It's hung up by her hips. It's sexy, right? We can keep that. I'm gonna super glue the backside since it's the most flattest, and then let that front just move around. Let that front do this, and then just glue it down in the back. The Marvel Legends modified Infinity War Black Widow. Her belt's still drying. Holster's still intact. She's in her all black, new bracelets, guns. She didn't even come with guns. Gave her guns because she had those holsters. Might as well use those holsters, right? And you can see the shine from the super glue still drying. And I just basically, when I glued the back of the belt's dangling like this, if you hold it like that, and I glued it at an angle on the inside of the belt, then I let gravity make it fall, and then it kind of like just fell into place, and I just pressed up against it, and then I followed up on the top and bottom of the belt with super glue. Yeah, you can see the super glue, but it's not really that big of a deal. I'm not trying to put this up on some competition for customization. This is going to be a very solid, up-to-date Black Widow figure. I know there's many that came up before this, and I know for a fact at the time I made this video, Black Widow the movie hasn't came out yet, and they're releasing like 3 new Black Widows. I was going to wait to get that figure, or one of those figures, but I just liked her in black. I didn't want the white Black Widow figure. I like the hair to be short because I'm doing stop motion animation, and the shorter the hair, the more articulation I can use, or I have. So I didn't want like hair hanging over her backside or in the front, no pigtails, nothing like that. This one right here this is the look I was looking for, and I just modified it to my own liking.
$12 o'clock.